intermediate class and an advanced class. And now we're just like, everyone's together and we do different variations as we go. But I did love some of the ones when because I was teaching both for here and in the studio in 2020.
Oh, right.
I would be at home, like on my Cadillac teaching, and the cats would come up in the middle of the exercise. So it was always fun, like just at that point of time, remember to see people's pets.
Right. I still have a colleague, you know, we used to be, I hope she's suing from home so we can see her cats.
There you go.
Because they're like, they want the attention, you know, for acting.
All right, so we're lengthways here, down the roller, head supported, tail supported, feet about 4 to 5 inches apart. And then if you want a little more stability, you can take the ball between your inner thighs, or if you want a little more inner thigh engagement. But if you're not using the ball, just feel the inside edges of your feet and imagine hugging a wall with the inner leg. Now the arms go out to the side, back of the hands to the ground, palms up. And then just slide a little bit over and down to one side, your shoulder, your armpit, your hip, curl around the roller to one side and then to the other. So you feel the movement of your body across the roller, pushing the scapula away from center as you move in the opposite direction. And you'll get a deep tissue massage across your sacrum into the SI joints, into the medial edges of the glutes. You keep the hands grounded here, like the back of the hands either on the floor or sliding across the floor. Reach out as you go away from that arm to get a bigger stretch in your chest. Waist is slightly lifted off of the roller, but the shoulder blades sink around the curves. We're really accommodating the natural S curve of the spine here. We'll come back to center, ground through your feet, let your blades sink, and then inhale and curve the arms up, do a big embrace, let the air right over your chest, over your sternum, and then pull the arms slowly open and down, let the arms sink low, widening the collarbones, opening the pecs, and we lift again. The huge embrace as you gather their air in. Almost think of that movement helping making it easier to breathe this deep into your lungs. And then as you exhale the air out, the air pushes the arms aside and down. So we're going to lift the arms here. And exhale, release slowly. Just feel the weight of your arms as you pull them off the ground. Go slow enough so it's not just a throw, a lift into momentum, and then on the descent, resist gravity a little bit, so you feel the work of lowering the arms in a steady pace until it's a soft landing at the end. We'll lift once more. And exhale, the navel pulls down deep, the abdominal wall knits together as the arms descend. Next, we lift the arms and then point the fingers to the ceiling, arms apart, a little wider than your chest, and exhale, the blades sink down. So as you inhale, lift the hands, shrug the shoulders away from the ground, exhale and melt them down in towards the floor. So as you lift the arms, the blades come up around the curve of your rib cage. And then exhale, they sink back down to hug the roller. And let the chest broaden across the top of your roller surface. Steady legs, steady feet. Feel equal weight in the inner edge of your feet and the outer edges of your feet. Also see if you really feel weight equally in your heels and the balls of your feet. Then you can imagine the feet sinking deeper and deeper into the ground. The quicksand coming up just off legs. And then exhale, release down. Shrug once more. The chest expands, the belly expands as you lift, as you breathe in, and then exhale, the whole torso knits together as the blades slowly sink. We'll turn the palms forward and then exhale, lengthen the arms along at your side, reach up to the end of your mat with your fingertips. Lift the arms to the ceiling and then exhale, the blades slide to your waist as the arms go back. If your chest is tighter, the arms can go a little wider. See what feels comfortable in a way that you're not hiking the neck up towards the ears. We'll lift the arms again and then exhale, slide the arms forward and down. Touch down with the fingertips with the palm of your hand if you want more support. And we lift the arms again, draw two rainbows here, parallel to each other, one on each side of your body. Your exhale stretches open the chest, the back, and the sides of your waist. Lifting the arms up, feel the weight of your arms, drag it up to the ceiling, and then exhale, resist the temptation of the fall into the ground. There'll be a little scapular movement here, starting when the arms are vertical. As the arms go back, the tip of the blade should widen and sink out and down towards your hip bones. And then bring the arms forward and exhale all the way forward and down. The blades narrow in and then they sink towards the ground. One more time, arms lift. Be aware we're trying to keep the hands in the same plane. So as if there was a bar between them, holding that bar parallel to the ground, no matter where they are in the arm movement. Each arm a mirror image of the other. Reach out long. Now we'll bring the hands to your shoulders, pull the elbows in by your waist, and we scoop the elbows up and then exhale out wide, around and down. Circling here till lift up and then exhale around and down. Drawing two circles with the elbows, one on each side of the body. Again, they're exactly the same, mirror images. There's a rotation that happens to the upper arm. It sort of scoops in and then broadens out and rotates in the socket. We'll complete the circle and then reverse. For every circle, it's a short inhale, a longer exhale. You'll see the same pattern later on in the single leg circles and also in the corkscrew. Just stretch the body here as you move the arms, really let the shoulders shrug. That helps with the tension out of your neck, out of your upper back, out of the waistline. You probably feel as you lift the shoulders, you feel the head all the way down to the waist. We'll complete the circle and then extend the arms forward and long at your side, easing the shoulders away from the ears. Pull arms circles, the arms lift in unison, go back and parallel. Reach behind you, ribs stay grounded. Circle the arms wide around and forward, stretch the palms open, spread the fingertips. At the end, the palms are down, and we do it again. Up and back. The body goes open to the sky above us, and then circle, reach out. See how long, how full your wingspan is, and turn the palms down, reach again. The blades slide towards your tail as the arms go back behind you, and then you stretch out, try to draw those wings a little further away from your body, further away from your spine with every repetition. Let's do one more here. Feel that stretch into the armpit, into your lap, and then circle around and forward. And now let's reverse. So palms go up, the arms go out wide. They stay low until they reach the height of your shoulders. Then you start lifting them up and behind you. Exhale, push the arms down like you're pressing the air into the ground. Feet are still grounded, legs are still parallel, hug the ball if you're using it. Big exhale, the arms slide up to the apex and come down to the floor. Two more like this. Circle around and back. Exhale, dive the arms forward and down. And we'll do that once more. Reach out, reach back. Exhale, push the arms forward. And now bring the arms up, elbows wide, diamond arms. So the thumbs connect, the index fingers connect, and you can lightly press hand to hand. Feel that connection into your armpit and then swing the shape back. Collarbones rotating back to take the arms behind you. Exhale, collarbones rotating forward inside the chest wall to bring the arms forward and down. Float that diamond over your belly. Reaching it back on the inhale. Really expand the lungs to their full capacity and exhale, push as much air out of your lungs as you can. The belly deepens, the navel sinks towards the spine. Couple more. That press from hand to hand firms up the inner arm line. You would feel that connection there into the pecs. And exhale, bring the arms forward and down. One more time. Legs are solid, even though you're laying on something that's unstable. Push forward and down. And then we can lengthen the arms. Just do a little rocking side to side. And then we'll slide on up. To take the roll across under. So we can roll back down. Pull the roller with you with your fingertips. And then when your head is down, you come in a little closer to your bone. You'll press your feet down to bridge up and then roll the roller across your underneath your sacrum. And exhale, pull the knees up towards the ceiling. You dangle here, close to your sits bones. So you're holding the roller, pulling it back in towards your waist, and let the knees tip to the right, look left. Let's think of swinging the knees to start. So you push the arms and knees, lift in an arc, they go to the other side and turn the head away. The knees sort of fall into gravity. Keep your right shoulder down as the legs go left. And then pick up the knees, pull them across the body. As the knees go right, the left shoulder blade is heavy. You get a big twist in your spine, rotation, just stretch your waistline. And then we'll take it back one more time with the knees moving the hips, moving the legs. Look away, so you get that counter rotation in the cervical spine. Now from here, put your attention, your focus into your hip bone press, and you're going to pick the left hip bone up, and keep lifting it, and then let it go to the other side, so that you bring your knees to the right, working here from your waistline, from the oblique abdominals, from the hip bone crest, and again, press down with your arms, pick up the right hip bone. So putting your focus in a different place in your body will change what you feel and how you work, right? I know you feel that. So pull the left hip up, press into the roller with your arms. The left hip bone swings the legs over to the right. So now you're working more from your core, more from center, and less from the extremities. It's a different choice. And then pick the right hip up and pull it in an arc across to the other side of the room. As the right hip continues, you roll onto that left hip into the upper thigh, maybe, depends where the roller is. And then we're going to pick up the left hip bone and do one more set, taking the legs to the right with the movement of the pelvis, rotating on top of the roller. Press with the arms, pull the right hip up. You feel the obliques on the right side, pulling the hip bone press up and towards the midline, and then continuing to drag it over and down as you look away. Meanwhile, nice deep massage into the glutes. Let's come back to center. And then we'll lift the legs up to the ceiling for some splits. So soften the toes, wiggle your toes. Think of having space between your toes as you spread them. And then they can relax back in, self plant. We'll bring the right leg back over your chest and the left leg forward over the mat. Scissor split. Feel the stretch in both legs. And then we sweep the legs past each other. We'll inhale for one movement, exhale for the next. Legs glide past each other in space. No collisions here, they each have their own path. And even though you're reaching up through the sole of the foot, think more about reaching up through the balls of the feet, the metatarsals, and less about the toes in order to prevent your feet from cramping. The leg goes back and work to lengthen the hamstring. You'll feel that stretch in the belly of the hamstring. And then as the leg goes forward, you get that pull across the top of the hip. We're stretching both the yoke quad, but also the deeper psoas. One more time. Let's bring the left leg up and back. And then bring both legs up to the ceiling. Exhale, rotate the leg and leave the left leg where it is as the right leg goes an arc to the side, out and down. Pull the left side heavy, really push into your arm, into the roller to keep the pelvis grounded. Lengthen, exhale, and then drag it up nice and slow. Feel the work from the upper inner thigh, even from that side of the pelvic floor. And the right leg is vertical, the left leg goes slowly out and down, draws that arc, Press the right hip down, really push into your arms. And then exhale to bring it up. Take your time lifting it all the way up here. And then to the right. Open with control. It's a steady pace down, lengthen, and then a steady pace up. No acceleration. Keep the movement smooth. And now for the left. And exhale, pull it up now. Again, working from closer to center will give you more work in the center of your body. So here, we open both legs simultaneously. Legs drift apart. We go out and down to the side. Exhale, pull the inner thighs together. Close the heels at the top from the movement of the upper leg. And then do it again. And exhale, lift. They draw together like magnets are pulling them closed. And one more time. And exhale here. Now fold the knees in, legs parallel. Lower your left foot down, that knee is bent. And we'll lift the right foot up to the ceiling. Single leg lower lift. We'll draw the arc with the right foot, stretch it out. Tap the heel down on the mat. Feel the stretch across the right hip bone. Lengthen, exhale, and then lift it up as you push your arms into the roller. You need to adjust the roller. Do it when you can, and then again, reach forward and down. All the way out. Exhale, and then all the way back up to the back. Be sure you bring it far to the back and feel the stretch you're looking for. And one more time here. Let it forward. Lengthen out. Feel the stretch across the hip, and then press to the arm, lift the leg. So we'll switch legs. You bend the right leg, bring it down, pull the other one in, extend that left leg up to the ceiling. Anchor into the inner and outer edges of your right foot. Your standing leg is working. And bring the left leg back towards your chest. We're going to push it forward and down. Lengthen it out to the center of the foot as it lowers to the ground. And you might be bent, might be straight. You're getting a stretch of the hip regardless. And then exhale, bring it on up, feel the weight of the leg, and push the air side as you bring it up high. Let's do that again. Reaching out longer every time. Stretch it at the very end. Exhale before you lift it. That helps protect the back as you pull the weight up. And one more time. Reaching forward. Smooth movement through the air. Soft landing. Lengthen through the center of the leg to the center of the foot. And exhale to bring it on up. Then we can bend that knee, lower that foot down. Lift your hips and adjust the roller. Turn it so you're at a fresh spot underneath your sacrum. And we'll take the right leg forward. If that feels like a lot for your back, pull the other knee into your chest. Otherwise, leave the leg there and let's take the right arm back. You're stretching from your fingertips to your hip bone crest, from your hip bone crest out to the heel and soft toes. Inhale to lengthen your spine, lengthen your body. And exhale, feel where it's connected to a surface and let it sink into that surface. That would be the floor, would be the roller. One more breath. Sigh the air out. And then we pull the right side in, we place it where it started, and extend the left leg. Check to see if you need the right knee pulled into your body, and then we'll take the left arm back. Reach back here for the stretch. Breathing in. Exhale, releasing out. One more breath, try to get a little longer, reach through the fingertips to the center of the sole of the foot. And then we'll bring everything back in. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Curl the tail up to stretch your low back, the back of your waist. And then we'll lower the feet down to lift up off the roller and place to the sides. All right. So we start to look forward. Just feel how the spine is very relaxed. The body feels long and open. And we'll lift the arms up and then back by your ears. Lift the arms, roll up. So you lift the head, neck, and shoulders. Big exhale, pull your head up, suck your waist back, as if you're diving over a ball. You're going to bounce over it and lift away from it at the same time. And then let's start to roll back, stay low today, and pull the tail forward. Imagine that ball going up the front of your body. Your navel to your ribs to your chest. It takes you down. Reach the arms behind you. Reach back. Remember, if you need a little extra assistance, you can have ankle weights here. You could also use a TheraBand or weights in your hands to give you more support on the lift and more control on the lower. As you're going back, you want to take the arms to a level where you feel that you're really working. If you lose control, the arms lower. If it's not difficult enough, the arms go higher. Bring your spine down one vertebra at a time. We roll it out here like you're letting a chain, like link by link, into the floor, and you're going to pick it up. Big exhale. Try to hold yourself in midair and then curve around the space in front of you. Dive over to stretch, and let's pull the toes back. Get a little stretch in the calves, in the back of your legs, and hold wherever you can along the line of your leg, foot, ankle. And drop your head, ears between arms, and pull your waist back. And then your hands to the mat, step your spine upright. We're going to roll back now into hundreds. So we can extend the arms, curl the tail up, start to roll back, stop at your upper curl at the tip of the blades, pull the knees in, arms parallel to the ground, and start pumping the arms. Inhaling for 5 beats, exhale for 5. You can have the head down, but if you do that, keep the legs in close. Also, in either case, press the legs into each other. You can start with bent knees. You can extend the legs up, only if you can keep pressing the waistline into the ground. The gaze stays down your nose into the abdominal wall to be able to watch the abdominal wall lift on the inhale and sink on the exhale. Even rolling the arms slightly internally and pulling the shoulders forward and in could help you lift a little deeper into your upper arm curl to really support it on the ribs. Stop flattening back down, dropping the head back, which will put you into your neck right away. Do a couple more breaths. Full breath in, exhale it out. Try to let the arms squeeze in along the outside of your rib cage. And then after this next exhale, we can fold the knees in and rest down. Turn your head easy side to side. Sometimes here it's nice to either put the roller under your neck, let's do that, or if you have a ball, you can take the ball under your neck. And then feet lower, close your eyes, hold the roller in position, and turn your hip from one side to the other. Nice and slow. The angle of your head can change. You can lift the nose up or pull the chin down. See if you get to the spot where you feel the neck release across the tip of the ridge. And maybe when you change the angle of your gaze, you can go into a massage into the connective tissue, the fascia here in the skull. So just see where you want to place the angle of your head to get the release here into your neck, into the base of the skull there. And we're going to take that out. It's something good to remember when you have more time. That's a really nice thing to do before you go to sleep or at the end of whatever your work day is. All right, we're reaching for the TheraBand. And pull it around the ball of the right foot. Lift that foot up to the ceiling. Anchor the elbows down and slide them forward towards your waist. We'll lift the leg as high as you can lift it, and then point flex the foot. Heel ball toe ball heel a couple of times. The knee might be bent. If when the leg is elevated, it's too much load into your back, just bend the knee and have the leg heel over the sit bone. So it could look like that. Still point the foot. But now with the leg lifted, soft point through the right foot, elbows go towards your waistline again, and inhale, cross the leg over, single leg circle. We draw a circle in the air while rotating the femur, the thigh bone, on the hip surface. We're going to reach the leg across the left while holding the right side down. We're going to reach that leg out to the right while holding the left side down. So the weight in your body shifts. Your intention is to get heavier on one side before you pull the leg away from that side. And the breathing continues with a short inhalation to start the movement and a long exhale to bring you all the way around and up to the top. So you feel the abdominal wall contraction, and the next inhale is really deep and sweet. Bring it all the way around to come to the top. We pause here and reverse. Left side heavy, bring the right leg to the right. Push out into the strap. The elbows are grounded here, pivoting the arm from the elbow points. Stretch that right leg away. The left side gets heavier. Go low. Internally rotate as the leg crosses the body. Bring it up to the top in a neutral position. Let's do one more time. Short deep inhale, long exhale to feel the abdominal wall contraction at the top of the movement. Now here, take both ends of the band in your right hand. Elbow is grounded. Rotate the leg externally and pull it out to the side while your left hand presses the left hip bone pressed into the ground. So we don't want the pelvis to tip. Keep it steady, keep it heavy. Glue it to the back. And then we rock the right leg a little bit, soft, small movement. Rock it towards your right shoulder and away. Movement is pretty small, but the stretch should feel pretty big. And then we'll pull the leg up to the ceiling, switch hands to the top, extend the right arm out, T position from your body. As the right leg crosses over to the left, you're tipping the hip, the waist, some of the lower ribs. Keep the shoulder down. Feel the rotation in the opposite direction of your neck. And then reach the foot a little longer. Feel that tug into your glute. And we'll rotate the right leg internally to increase the stretch. Then you pull that right leg a little closer to your left shoulder. Soften the knee, bend it as you need to, but keep some kind of a stretch that feels good for you. Unwind the body, pulling the right hip down to lift the leg up to the ceiling. And reach out for your right sits bone. Maybe even take your right hand on the hip bone and push it away from your waist, away from your ribs. And then reach up. Hold high on the band. We're going to pull to an upward curl. So lift your head, look down your nose, pull the elbows wide, and pull your chest up. Look down the midline of your body. You look to the inside of that leg. And see if you can pull the leg back a little further. Maybe a soft bend in the knee. You want that stretch in the middle of the hamstring. Not at the knee, not at the sits bone. See if we'll go back a little further after you let those few breaths. And then lay yourself down. You can release the legs, hopefully reach your chest. The band goes aside, and we hug the knee in. And then pull it to the right armpit, keeping the left side grounded. Bring the knee back to the chest wall, and then stretch it forward and down to shake out both legs. And then just be still, let the legs actually rotate and feel the difference in the two sides. See if you can feel how it feels different in weight, in length, in energy, in connection to the floor. And then we'll pull the left one in. We give it a little hug here, a little tug. And then we'll place the band around the center of the foot, the ball of the foot. So lift the foot up to the ceiling. Anchor the elbow down. Lift the leg here. And we did a few point and forth with the foot here, rolling up to the ball of the foot, then pointing the toes. Pull the toes back, then lift it down. Your elbows go down closer to your waist to move the shoulders away from your ears. That lengthens your neck and creates a sense of ease there. And then we end in a soft point. And we circle the leg across the body to the right. The left leg goes low, it rotates externally, comes out to the side, and then up to the ceiling, and we'll do it again. Short, deep breath in, and a long, slow exhale out. So the abdominal wall contraction, the transversus tightens up. At the end of the exhale, really push the lungs up with the movement of the diaphragm. So we reach again. We go down low, we spiral the leg externally, come around the curve, come back to neutral at the top, and do it again. Notice where you're feeling the stretch as the leg changes position relative to your torso. One last one. Reach a little further every time. And then we come to the top and reverse. Right side presses into the ground, the left leg reaches away. You go low, you internally rotate to pull the leg across the body, lifted high to the sky, and then out you go again. We've used the band to give you something to support the weight of the leg so the movement is a little freer. Should be smooth here as you press through the air. Feel the support, but also challenge yourself to reach out into it, to lengthen the leg, lengthening the muscles, opening the joints. We come to the top, we'll pause. And now the band is held in your left hand. And we can open the leg out to the left. The right side gets heavier before you do it. If you lifted your hip, lift the left leg a little bit, push the hip down on the right, and then take the leg out and down. Rock that left leg towards your shoulder and away. You always take this to a place where you're grateful for the stretch and not worried about it. And then we'll pull the leg up to the ceiling, switch hands at the vertical position, and then cross the leg over, first with the hip down to get the stretch in the lateral thigh, then the hip lifts. Your left arm is extended out, reach long through your fingertips, and then pull the band in, pull the left foot in towards your right shoulder, rotate the leg internally, and pull it in a little bit more. The knee can bend and can soften as you reach out and down through your right sits bone. And then pull the hip down to lift the leg up. All right, so we're going to lift the heel, do a little stretch of the calf, and then walk the hands up. Pull yourself up. Again, let the shoulders roll slightly forward and in so the ribs can sink back as the blades widen on your back. And use the arms, but also the abs to pull you up deeper into the upper arm curl. Wouldn't it be nice if your neck felt like this when we did hundreds, right? It's going to be the eventual goal. And then we can pull the knee to your chest, then goes to the side. Hug the knee in, pull your head back. And then pull the knee left knee to the left armpit. Bring it back to the chest. And then forward it down the mat. Both legs shake again. Shake out the tension. And then just relax into this to feel how open the hips are, how the hip joint feels relaxed, how the back has like softened a little bit here. All right, so moving now into rolling like a ball. You can pull the right leg in, pull the left leg up a bit, elbows wide, lift your head, neck, and shoulders, look forward and up to come upright to sitting near the front third of your mat. And we'll have your edges of the feet together, hands to your shins. Curl the tail up and suck the waist back. Roll behind your sits bones onto the glutes and take the feet up in the air. And then we create this rounded curve shape with our body by pulling the elbows forward and wide and dropping the ribs back. Inhale, lift the tail to shift your balance. Pull your blades. Exhale, come up to balance one. Be sure you have enough padding underneath you whenever you do the more exercises here at Pilates. All spines are a little different, so you want to be sure that yours feels comfortable here where you are. And we inhale to lift the tail Look backwards, exhale, try to pull the hip forward, imagine ears between knees. One more. Exhale to lift. And then we're going into the ab series. So the left leg can reach forward, the right leg pulls in, right hand to the ankle, left hand to lift the knee. Elbows wide, curl the tail up, start to roll back, push the legs up a little bit, one into your hand, one up into space, pull that in, and we switch the legs. Inhale, outside hand to the ankle each time. Exhale, the knee pulls in straight towards the chest wall. The leg shoots that wall without over pointing the foot, no cramping of the toes, but a soft foot. That means you reach to the third metatarsal, the base of it, so let the energy pour out through the center of your foot. Here we go, the right leg in. One more time, the left leg in. Pull the right leg in, one hand to each shin, and we continue. The arms lift, the legs lift. Circle the arms wide and embrace the legs in. Try to pull your chest forward towards your knees. And reach, the waist stays pushing down, your gaze must stay low. Your chin is tucked in towards your throat. The shape opens as you are able to keep the position of your spine the same. When we start, it's usually arms and legs straight up. As we advance, the arms and legs go further away from each other, closer to the ground, but only if you don't collapse your head and neck. Lift your right leg up, take the left leg forward, look down your navel, and let's switch the legs. Try to pull your chest up when you get that connection of your hand to your leg and vice versa, and hold that connection in your core as you switch the legs and release the arms. Chin down, gaze low. Work for that stretch in the hamstring as you pull the leg towards you. And do it again. One more set. Breathing in. And breathing out. Hands behind your head. Pull the head up. Get a little release. Stretch the back of your neck. Both legs to the ceiling for double leg, lower leg. These could be bent if you want less load. If your head is down, keep the legs close. So we're going to inhale and press the feet away. Just a few inches, so the increasing load from below abdominals. Watch your back that it doesn't feel insecure, and then exhale, bring the legs up. Right, so we're not throwing the legs up and down, we're working them out across the room, try to slide across the ceiling. Exhale, bring them back in, try to lift your chest and your head towards the legs as they retract. So reach again. You're going to feel that work, increasing the work in the abdominal wall. Pulling the pelvis steady here as the legs push away, and also as the legs pull back in. We'll do one more of these, and then move into the elbow to knee. Reach out, legs squeeze tight, exhale, bring it up. Pull the right leg in, and then twist towards it, up and forward. Rotation. Other side to the left. Keep the leg out long, twist and lift. That's the other, right? Of course, rest when you need to. Should have said that earlier. And we end to the left. Come back to center and lay everything down. Hug the knees in. Turn your head side to side. You can rock the knees away. But let's come back to center with the knees pulled in and just circle the legs here. Stir the knees away from each other, towards each other. Get a little bit more hip release. And a little massage into the low back. And then we'll reverse the direction of the circles. Legs together, and let's roll up to sitting for spine stretch. All right, the legs apart a little wider than your hips. You can lift your hips up to sit on a yoga block or lower even if that's what you have. And we'll sit upright. Check that you're on your sits bones, and you can take an arm behind your waist if that's a little indented. And then we'll extend the arms forward parallel to the ground. Widen the collarbones so the shoulders melt down your back. And we'll look down. Hold the back of the skull forward, out and over to lengthen the neck, and broaden an arc towards the ground. And then the head, the neck, move the spine beneath it, up, over, and around to that invisible beach ball here. Dive your head down low, but suck the waist back, feel that stretch in your low spine. And also between the shoulder blades. Then press down into the ground, stack the spine up, lift it slowly, come all the way upright. You lift your heart, you lift the sternum, you smile, the collarbones open so the shoulders fall. And then look down, move the neck. As you move the spine, you're moving the rib cage, you're moving the shoulder blades to move the arms. So the arms don't lead the movement, they're passively flowing here down to the ground because of the movement of your spine. Again, curl the tail up towards your gaze a little bit, increase the stretch in the lower back, press down with your legs and come upright on top of your tail. One more. Big exhale out, over and down. Curve the body through the air, like you're diving off a diving board into the pool. And then press down. And think of just an internal lift, pulling your body upright. You zip your back up, imagine your ball. Right. So here, we're going to move forward again. And do your open leg balance and rocker. So arms inside the legs to hold on to the top of your shin by your ankles. Curl the tail up, again, round your back, and then lift your feet. So the right leg goes up. If it's an early Pilates experience for you, you can take your hands behind your thighs, gives you more support, and then you would bring the heels together, into your feet together, and extend the left one up. It's helpful that way to keep the shoulders down and the elbows go wide. Otherwise, hands to your legs, and you can rotate your head a little to the outside of the leg as you straighten the leg up, towards the top of the leg as you pull the leg down. We're doing the left again, one more time. Get that stretch, and hold your balance. Right, now both legs go up. One way it's easier because it's symmetrical, the other way it's harder because it's more load. Yep. So we take them up again, we're gonna hold them there, and look into your abs and roll. So curl the tail up, increase the curve of your spine. Lift your tail, roll back to your blades only, head stays off the ground, come back up to balance. And again, rolling down. And exhale forward. You would catch yourself before the feet fall to the ground. You can always practice the rolling like a ball here, if you would prefer. And we'll take it back again. Oops, too much. And forward. One more time. And then fold the legs. And we're going to lay down for a corkscrew. So we can use the band for our feet. You roll both feet, pull your spine down. Pull the knees in, pushing out through the heels. And then lift the feet up towards the ceiling. Elbows anchor down into the mat and slide them forward towards your hips. Soft point with your feet and the legs draw a small circle. Basketball size here, going to the right, forward and around to the left, back up to the top. Thinking here, we're keeping this circle small enough so that the pelvis stays relatively still. You feel a shift in weight here, but you're not really tipping the bones off the ground. Inhale, exhale for each circle. We're going to end going from left to right. Now here we're going to do windshield wiper or TikTok. So we're going to take the legs over to the right, really press into your arms. So let your left hip come up a bit. Exhale. Now here again, we're going to pull the right hip up and across to the left to let the legs sweep across the ceiling and down the wall to your left. Elbows still push into the ground. And then exhale, pick your left hip up and tip the pelvis to the right. So legs go to the right. See how far you can go with this control from the center of your body. And then we're tipping the hip down, take the leg across to the other side, look away. Challenge yourself so you really feel the abdominal work that you've created by moving the pelvis as the primary mover to move your legs. And one more time to the left. The right shoulder blade gets heavier, try to push the right arm into the ground. Come back to center. And then we'll fold the legs in and take them aside. All right. Today, let's go up to standing to do our saw. So I wanted to do this because I want you to feel how free your spine is when you don't have the hamstring tightness, resisting the movement of going over and down. So we can take the feet like a little wider than your hips, bring the arms out and slightly forward of your chest, rotate to your right and bring the back of the left hand down outside of your leg, lifting the other arm up behind you. And let your head hang, try to look up and back behind you for your fingertips. You probably can't see them, I can't see mine. But reach back to that opposite hip. And then come upright. And then we spiral and dive. Stretch. Now here, the back arm, try to roll that shoulder blade back towards the spine. And see how that gives you a little bit more rotation in your torso. And then we're coming up. Unwind it at the top and go again. How does this feel? Yeah. And we're coming up to center one more. Towards the diving beach. All the way up. Unwind your body, your arms to center. So the challenge is, can we feel at least most of that when you sit? So let's go down. So it's a little wider than your mat. Maybe lift up and then try to sit perched right on your sits bone. Arms out. So if you know your hamstrings are tight, you either bend your knees or you elevate your hips, right? So arms extend, rotate, the back arm lowers, back over. You twist the body here and stretch the arms away from each other, there's some long. Press down to your sits bones, come up, and then back to center. And then dive and reach. Can you get some of the feeling that you had there, or do you feel like your body is locked down? If it is, you probably need to elevate your hips higher so that your hamstrings aren't putting you in handcuffs here. Right? And let's do this again, so I can over and reach you all. Up. So glad you came. Thank you for staying as long as you could. Dive over and reach. Come up and center. Good. All right. And then here, roller for swan. Take it forward, and then you lay on your stomach. Extending the hands a little wider than your shoulders. The roller is between your elbows and your wrists. Your head floats here, ears between arms. And then first, pull the gaze forward, pull the collarbones wide, and shoulders down the back of your legs. The gaze moves across the floor and up the wall. You're going to lift your eyes up towards your hairline to get a little bit more lift through the shoulders and a bigger stretch to the abdominals. And then zip yourself in, pubic bone, navel, waist, ribs, chest. Look down, ears between arms. And we do it again. So you find your left, you pull the blades down, which widens the collarbones. You bring the gaze across the floor and then lift up so that the bending backwards happens in the upper spine. And then release it down. Think of how your navel is, the front line of your body is lowering you down, like you're zipping yourself into the floor. And we'll unzip now. So pull the chest forward, pull the blades down and back, propel the body forward. The roller moves in. I always think about the roller trying to teach our spine about rolling. Here it's trying to teach us how to roll up and back, and then how to come down incrementally. Okay, and then we'll sit back in a child's pose. Bring the roller with you. And extend the arms forward on top of the roller. Let your head hang and curl the tail under, stretch out your low back. And maybe have the roller again, like halfway between wrist and elbow. Now you slide the shoulder blades forward by your ears. So that's elevation of the shoulders. They're moving away from your waist. And then depression of the shoulder blades, you pull them down towards your tail. So we're rolling the rollers forward as you pull the shoulder blades up by your ears. And then we're pulling the roller back, pulling the shoulder blades down your back towards your tailbone. So it's a shrug of the shoulder girdle to move. You're not moving your hips. You're only moving your blades. The spine itself stays quiet as the blades glide up your body and then down your body. Sometimes we call this turtle, like we're moving the shell over the body. And then let's stack to come on up. All right, put this aside. And let's come up to standing. I want to do an exercise that will switch out the whole back line. So this is a standing roll down, and then we're going to walk the hands forward on the mat and back on the mat safely. So here we go. So legs in parallel. We'll lift the arms up to the ceiling, take a little upper back extension, turn the palms forward, do a standing roll down to bring your fingertips and then hopefully the palms to the ground. So I know it sounds terrible, but you can do it by bending your knees a little bit and get your heel of your hand all the way down. Or bend your knees a lot, whatever you need to do. We're going to walk the hands forward like 3 forehand prints, right? And then drop your head between your legs. It'll lift your waist, feel the stretch in your back and the back of your legs. And then pick up your feet and walk your feet towards the heel of your hands. See how tight you can go. Hang your head. Feel the stretch in your back. And these are bent as much as you need to. You're still going to feel a stretch in the hamstrings, whatever your flexibility, right? If you're super flexible, you would bend your elbows to drop your head and chest down lower. And then we're walking the hands forward again. Shift your weight a little forward into your shoulders, over your wrists, and then walk your feet forward. So in Pilates, there's a reformer exercise called elephant, which is pretty much this position. But we're doing like a walking elephant here, hands forward, shift the weight forward, shoulders over wrist, walk your feet forward, hang your head, one more set, walk forward with your hands. Weight comes forward, walk forward with your feet. And then hang and try to just feel that stretch. A healthy stretch, right? Not too much in the knees, not too much at your sits bones, but really in the center and the belly of your hamstrings. Hang here. And now we walk back. So horsewalk hips back. Line up your feet, then walk your hands back. We walk the feet back again. Hang your head, drop your head, lengthen your neck, traction it out, and bring your hands back in towards your toes. Now the feet again, small steps. Hands walk after. Last one, feet first. And then the hands walk back. All right. And then here, bend your knees, press your feet into the ground, drop your head, and then we're going to curl the tail under and stack your spine up. The hips move forward. You lift your spine inch by inch, come all the way up. And as you bring your gaze to the horizon, just take a deep breath in. And then exhale, sigh the air out. I think we're actually good for today right now. Thank you guys so much.